Hello, my name is Diego Alvarez, and I'm excited for having this opportunity to share my experience and advices that could help you on your job search. First, a little bit about me. I was born in Colombia, so my native language is Spanish, but I'm also fluent in Portuguese because of my past job. I'm happily married with a lovely Colombian. I enjoy to play football. I follow soccer leagues, and I also like to travel and explore new places. In terms of English, I had an IELTS score of 7 on 2015, and I keep trying to improve my language skills every day. My professional background is IT related. I'm an electronic engineer, and I worked for more than 9 years at IBM Colombia on different roles, from analyst to customer support responsibilities. And over the last 6 years, I was a pre-sales consultant within the IBM software group in Latin America. Last year, I landed to Australia, initially to Melbourne. I lived there for about 8 months. And after I got a job in Deloitte, I moved to Sydney last June. And my current status is working there as a senior analyst within the risk advisory practice. Well, a little bit about my job search journey. First, I have to say that two completely relevant events on my journey were the Skilled Professionals Migration Program at AIMS, and second, the Working the Australian Way workshop. I applied to multiple roles starting from October, and I always tried to be as selective as possible. In total, I had 5 interviews, and in parallel, from February, I had also casual jobs at the very beginning in hospitality, then as a stock taker, and the last one in a construction factory. Since looking for a job is not an easy process, I want to share a couple of lessons based on my personal experience. The first one has to do with networking. This is a completely relevant topic because in most of the cases, we as a new migrants need to find opportunities to meet different people and to be involved in our community. In my case, I made good friends at my church. I also joined different volunteering activities and met people by playing football on a regular basis. And this is really important because when people are aware of your background and your expertise, well, you can potentially identify job opportunities. Also, it's really important to keep your LinkedIn profile up to date. And a personal recommendation that was something that I discovered here in Australia was the Meetup application. This is a really good source of networking because you can join different teams with common interests, groups of professionals looking for jobs on your same area. In my personal case, I attended different meetups related to IT. And just to provide some examples of networking being relevant on my job search. The first one, well, because I used to play football on Saturdays on a weekly basis, one day I met Dennis, who worked at IBM Argentina in the past. After a conversation, he offered to send me my resume to his HR department. Well, I wasn't called at the end for an interview, but at least I tried to open the door. Second example, it was in my church. I met a Brazilian friend there, and he was managing a factory. And it was a good opportunity because he gave me a hand to get a job as a construction assistant. It also helped me with my finances in the job searching process. And the third example that I have here is the most relevant because it was a job interview that I got after attending a meetup. That was a free event. It was organized by Amazon Web Services. And in that event, I met the talent acquisition specialists. And after introducing myself, I asked for a business card of one of the representatives. I sent my resume direct to her, and after a week, I was called for a job interview. This was for an IT architect position. At the end, I didn't get the job, but it was also a source of potential opportunity and an actual position. The second advice is about the way that you can fit into different roles. You can have a specific set of skills, but you need to adapt every particular skills for the position that you are applying to. So a general rule is not sending the same CV for different positions. Also, it's good to follow a consistent approach in terms of tracking of the job applications. And also a good advice here is to create metrics with your skills and making maybe structure of the type of roles that you like and also the ones that you could perform well. Also, a good research about the companies would help a lot here. As an example, this was the tracking file that I used. Basically, I included all the relevant information about my applications. And as you can see, I applied to different roles, including sales positions like solutions architect or pre-sales engineer. And also I considered the application for uh, delivery roles or more technical roles like senior analyst or senior specialist, like in the job that I have right now. The other relevant information that I wanted to share today is the skills metrics that I built. Basically, I was thinking about what I was good at and what type of role I would fit into. And I also research on the companies where I can potentially have a sort of position within the organization. So I had different technical skills related to IBM software. So basically, I did the list of the most relevant ones, and also I had the list of maybe potential skills that I could develop in the future, but also those skills could be translated to specific job opportunities. A quick summary of my process with Deloitte. Basically, I applied via SIG. I found a senior analyst role posted via recruiter. I had in total 4 interviews, 2 with the recruiter and 2 with the Deloitte's decision makers. The best part was at the end. It took me like 2 months for the whole process, and I was accepted with an offer and a relocation package from Melbourne to Sydney. I need to admit that the key part on this process was to have mock interviews and rehearsals on the Working the Australian Way workshop as well as within the SPMP class. And well, this is my current situation at Deloitte. I'm working right now as a risk advisory senior analyst. Basically, I'm working on technical IBM software reviews, and this is relevant with my past experience because I used to work with these tools in the past, also with IBM software asset management tools and all this related space. I found also a great workplace culture and volunteer activities within the team, like the ones that are shown in this slide. And finally, just some additional advices is about not comparing your job search with others, because all of us we have different circumstances and different situations. So maybe the best part here is always looking forward, not feeling nostalgic about the things, about the situations that you had in the past. Just keep positive. Remember that all the transitions have an end. And well, I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. Please find me on LinkedIn or send me an email, whatever you want. Thank you very much for the attention. Gracias. Muito obrigado.